no one to tell your troubles to. Remember me, I'm the one who loves you. When this old world just throws you down, not a true friend can be found. Remember me, I'm the one who loves you. And through all kinds of weather, you'll find I'll never change. Through the sunshine and the shadow, I'll always be the same. We're together, right or wrong. Where you go, I'll tag along. Remember me, I'm the one who loves you. And the shadows, I'll always be the same. We're together, right or wrong. Where you go, I'll tag along. Remember me, I'm the one who loves you. This old house once knew my children. This old house once knew my wife. This old house was home and comfort as we fought the storms of life. This old house once rang with laughter. This old house heard many shout. Now she trembles in the darkness when the lightning walks about. But I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to oil the hinges or to mend that window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saint. This old house is getting shaky. This old house is getting old. This old house lets in the rain. This old house lets in the cold. On my knees I'm getting chilly, but I feel no fear, no pain, 'cause I see an angel a-peeking through a broken window pane. And ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to oil the hinges or to mend that window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saint. This old house is afraid of thunder. This old house is afraid of storm. This old house just groans and trembles when the night wind flings its arms. This old house is getting feeble. This old house is needing paint. Just like me, it's tuckered out, but I'm getting ready to meet the saint. My old hound dog lies asleep, and he don't know I'm gonna leave. Else he'd wake up by the fireplace, sit there and howl and grieve. But our hunting days are over. We ain't going hunting anymore. Gabriel done brought in my chariot when the wind blew down that door. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to oil the hinges or to mend that window pane. Ain't gonna house no longer. I'm a-getting ready to meet the saints. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm a-getting ready to meet the saints. I take a trip every evening, a journey down memory lane, strolling along those familiar paths, living those days again. I can always see my sweetheart dressed as she used to be, waiting for someone by a garden gate. I know that someone is me. Big brown eyes,
big brown eyes,
and curly hair,
curly hair.
Why can't you tell that's Mary? Rosy cheeks and ruby lips. Why can't you tell that's Mary? Oft times in the evenings we'd go strolling, hand in hand together beneath the pepper trees. I can feel her hand in mine as I sit alone tonight, dreaming of those hours I've spent with Mary. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could open the door to the past and see faces from yesteryears, to hold hands with somebody, your first school day sweetheart? I knew one like that, boys. Pretty little thing, way down in Texas. And no matter where I roam, there'll always be a warm spot in my heart for her, my Mary. Oft times in the evenings we'd go strolling, hand in hand together beneath the pepper trees. I can feel her hand in mine as I sit alone tonight, dreaming of those hours I've spent with Mary. Late at night, I miss you so. It's always just the same. That old ache returns, that old longing burns when memory fans a flame. In the hushness of my lonely room, you always seem so near. Till the night is gone, the spell lives on, you and my souvenirs. In your photograph, you always smile at me, though that picture may fade with years. It would ever glow on endlessly if time were bought with tears. Through lonely days I carry on, conceal an aching heart. But late at night, my foolish pride will always fall apart. In your photograph, you always smile at me, though that picture may fade with years, it would ever glow on endlessly if time were bought with tears. Through lonely days I carry on, concealed and aching heart. But late at night, my foolish pride will always fall apart. Each night in my dreams, somehow it seems that I'm back where I belong. A country hick, way back in the sticks, back where I was born. City lights and your city way are driving me insane. I wanna be alone, I wanna be back home, back on my Texas plains. I wanna drink my Java from an old tin can while the moon goes climbing high. I wanna hear the song of a whippoorwill, I wanna hear the coyotes cry. I wanna feel the saddle horse between my knees, riding him out on the range, just to kick him in the side and make him show his step in pride, back on my Texas plains. Thunder as she booms and rolls, I wanna feel the rain in my face. 1,000 miles from your city lights, drawing a cowhand's way. I wanna sleep at night beneath the stars above, with the cold moon shining down. I wanna cook my coffee over cactus coals, 50 miles from town. I wanna drink my Java from an old tin can while that moon goes climbing high. I wanna hear the song of a whippoorwill, I wanna hear the coyotes cry. I wanna feel the saddle horse between my knees, riding him out on the range, just to kick him in the side and make him show his step in pride, back on my Texas plains. I wanna drink my Java from an old tin can while that moon goes climbing high. I wanna hear the song of a whippoorwill, I wanna hear a coyote cry. I wanna feel a saddle horse between my knees, riding him out on the range, just to kick him in the side and make him show his step in pride, back on my Texas plains. The chimes of time ring out the news, another day is through. Someone slipped and fell. Was that someone you? You may have longed for added strength, your courage to renew. Do not be disheartened, for I have news for you. It is no secret what God can do, what He's done for others, He'll do for you. With arms wide open, He'll pardon you. It is no secret what God can do. There is no night, for in His light You never walk alone, and you'll always feel at home. Makes no difference where your feet may roam. And there is no power can conquer you when God is on your side. Just take him at all of his wonderful promises. Why run away and hide? It is no secret what God can do. What he's done for others, he'll do for you. With his arms wide open, he'll pardon you. It is no secret what God can do. It was down in Higgins' pool room on the corner of the square. A flea-bitten crowd had gathered and sweet music filled the air. Big Doe John was taking bets when dice bounced off the wall. From a heart attack he staggered back, he covered his last call. So rack up the balls, boys, put away the cues. Father Time is on your trail and he ain't gonna lose. Big Doe John was taking bets when dice bounced off the wall. From a heart attack he staggered back, he covered his last call. A big rough man was Willie Jones, the bully of our town. But in a fight he lost one night and he was smitten down. The guy that threw that cue ball was no bigger than a flea. Yet Willie held a lily that he couldn't smell or see. So rack up the balls, boys, put away the cues. Father Time is on your trail and he ain't gonna lose. The guy that threw that cue ball was no bigger than a flea. Yet Willie held a lily that he couldn't smell or see. In every town there is some bird who's heavy on the boast. I've news for you, I know a man who's walking awful close. He's got a scythe in his right hand and wears a long gray beard. Smart-aleck guy, I'll bet you'll cry when he pins back your ears. So rack up the balls, boys, put away the cues. Father Time is on your trail and he ain't gonna lose. He's got a scythe in his right hand and wears a long gray beard. Smart-aleck guy, I'll bet you'll cry when he pins back your ears. Some like to come in loaded and give their wives a scare. She'll probably wed another shortly after you ain't here. So if you want to stick around, don't have another drink. But go home now, it's getting late, it's later than you think. So rack up the balls, boys, put away the cues. Father Time is on your trail and he ain't gonna lose. But if you want to stick around, don't have another drink. But go home now, it's getting late, it's later than you think. Golden River, Golden River, you stole my love from me. On your waves of golden hue, you carried her with you, and you broke my heart a million ways. I hate to see night shadows fall. I hate to see a moon above. for it brings me dreams of days gone by, when my darling Rosalie strolled along the shores with me, and we watched that golden river glide by. Golden river, golden river, you stole my love from me. On your waves of golden hue, you carried her with you, and you broke my heart a million ways. Each night I'm alone by my fireside, alone with an aching heart, as I hold in my arms the dearest of charms, just a little old rag doll. Yet the memories it brings of the days that are gone fills my heart with regret, for the court has decreed that she take you from me, and all I have is your little rag doll, just a little old rag doll, dear, that you held in your baby arms as you played round my knee, my darling of three, with your little old rag doll. And each night as I lay on my pillow, in my dreams, honey, I can always see your blue eyes. You're always smiling at me, my precious of three, standing there holding that little old raggedy doll. Baby, when you grow up to be a fine lady someday so grand, and you're some man's loving wife, oh, be true just to him, honey, and then your daddy'll be content, all alone with your little old rag doll. Yeah, baby, it's just a little old rag doll, dear, but it's one that you held in your baby arms as you played round my knee, my precious of three, with your little old rag doll. Good night, Mrs. Jones, wherever you are, with my old ex-buddy who's driving the car. Snuggle close in his arms as you ride through the gloom. Good night, Mrs. Jones, happy honeymoon. The old church is dark and the people have gone. I was one of the many who stood in the throng. Though you saw me smiling, I was playing a part, while others threw rice, I threw you my heart. Good night, Mrs. Jones, wherever you are, with my old ex-buddy who's driving the car. Snuggle close in his arms as you ride through the gloom. Good night, Mrs. Jones. Happy honeymoon. But the river says no. Its water's so cold, so dark and so slow. I look at the moon, but I don't see him smile. I leave this old river and think a little while. Good night, Mrs. Jones, wherever you are, with my old ex-buddy who's driving the car. Snuggle close in his arms as you ride through the gloom. Good night, Mrs. Jones. Happy honeymoon. Little bitty Indians in the kitchen, broken dishes on the floor. That's just living, so be thankful. They could have broken more. You'll forget about the dishes when your hair has turned to gray. You'll get lonesome for those Indians who grew up and moved away. That's just living.
That's just living.
And there's nothing you can do. That's just living.
That's just living.
You'll just have to go on through. Stand right up and face the music. Will be better if you do. That's just living. That's just living. Take another hitch and see it through. Now when the bills drink all the money, just like water down the drain, that's just living. Remember, bankers too can go insane. Why, Uncle John's was just a pauper. Uncle William owned the town. Willie died and left his money, but Uncle John's, he's still around. That's just living.
That's just living.
And there's nothing you can do. That's just living.
That's just living.
You'll just have to go on through. Stand right up and face that music. Will be better if you do. That's just living. That's just living. Take another hitch and see it through. When you're zigging instead of zagging, and you stub your toe and fall, forget it, that's just living, friend. That has happened to us all. There's a reason why a quitter and a winner live apart. They were equal when they started, but that winner had the heart. That's just living.
That's just living.
And there's nothing you can do. That's just living.
That's just living.
You just have to go on through. Stand right up and face that music. Will be better if you do. That's just living. That's just living. Take another hitch and see it through. My heart can sing when I pause to remember a heartache here is but a stepping stone along a trail that's winding always upward. This troubled old world is not my final home. But until then, my heart will go on singing. And until then, with joy I'll carry on until the day city until the day God calls me home. The things of earth, they'll dim and lose their value if we recall they're just borrowed for a while. And things of earth that cause the heart to tremble, remembered up there, they'll only bring a smile. Oh, but until then, my heart will go on singing. And until then, with joy I'll carry on until the day my eyes behold that city. What a morning! Until the day God calls me home. This weary world, with all its toil and struggle, may take its toll of misery and of strife. The soul of man is like a waiting eagle. When it's released, it's destined for the sky. And until then, my heart will go on singing. And until then, with joy I'll carry on until that day when my eyes behold that city. What a morning, boy! Until that day God calls